It's President's Day weekend. You've just found an amazing deal and you've booked your next dream vacation. It's time for Jim's Packing Tips.
No. You just go get.
Go get the suitcases.
Do not get the suitcases. Give me some Tylenol for dealing with you because we are going to talk packing, but you do not want Jim's Packing Tips.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Overpacking, because half this stuff is coming home unused anyway.
Says the man who packs 3, maybe 4 pairs of sunglasses. Are they matching all of his outfits? No, they're all identical. He just doesn't remember that he packed the first 3 when he throws the 4th pair in there. Everywhere you look, there is a President's Day sale. Cruise lines are having sales, resorts are having sales, and you may want to take advantage of some of these great deals. Message me because I can help you take advantage. But what is the one thing that we're all going to need to know after we book these amazing travel deals? How to pack. I just did an episode of Wander and Chat with my good friend Jody Grundig from Family Travel Magazine about packing and how to do your best packing job with the things that you have to take for your trip. But we're going to do a deeper dive here about how and what you need to pack.
And I'm going to link to that podcast right here. Anna, before I pack those 12 pairs of Speedos, what documents do I have to bring?
Please. So you definitely need to have photo ID, and this has to be government issued photo ID. You're going to need this anywhere that you travel, whether you're checking into a hotel, going on a cruise ship, or getting on an airplane just to go visit parents or whatever. Your photo ID depends on where you're going. Now, there are new rules in place for some of the European countries, and you're going to need a visa for places that you've never needed a visa before. So before you pack all of your stuff, make sure you check those places and see if you need to apply for a visa before you go. Now, when I say apply for a visa, that doesn't mean it's going to be 3 weeks, 3 months for you to get it. It could be as soon as 24 hours, but you do need to get that going before you leave.
Pardon me, Anna, if I could put my legal hat back on one last time. You want to make sure you apply for those visas here. Don't think you can apply for them when you're there and someone stops you at the border and goes, "Where's your visa?" Because that is way too late.
The other thing you need to know is Real ID is coming into play in just a few weeks. By May of this year, you're going to need a Real ID. So if you don't have a passport and you're used to just using your driver's license, get those appointments at your DMV so that you can get your Real ID done. The other thing, passports. You don't need them for every vacation, but they are awesome things to have. And the other thing about taking all of these important documents, take pictures of all of them, your driver's license, your passport, your cruise documents, your hotel reservations, whatever you have in paper or hard copy form, take pictures of them so that you have them on your cell phone. And if anything happens between home and your destination, you at least have something to go by. Oh God.
Anna, allow me to put my lawyer hat on a second. Pardon me, madam. These photos that you're going to take of your official documents aren't the official things you need to take to the airport. You've got to have those originals with you. But these pictures could help you in an emergency. You definitely want to have them. Something else we should talk about, Anna, travel insurance.
Yeah, you don't ever know what's going to happen. There have been lots of instances on cruise ships or at Disney World where your trip gets interrupted, it gets canceled, something gets messed up, somebody gets sick, somebody gets injured. You want to make sure that you are covered. So always look into travel protection. And going back to the original documents thing, on a lot of cruises, people that don't have passports can still go with their original birth certificate. Now, you have to remember this thing. When you're born, especially if you're old like me, the hospital gave you the hospital record, and then they sent a document away to your state or local government so that an official birth certificate could be issued. They don't want your hospital document. They don't want the one that the nurse signed that said, "Yep, you're a baby." They want the official government issued document. So you're going to have to get a copy of that if you don't have one. That one could take you a couple weeks.
Pardon me, Anna, if I could put my legal hat back on for a second.
You can take it off. It's still on.
If your travel document is inside a family Bible, or if it's got a footprint of your foot with ink on it, That's probably not the one you want to bring.
Probably not. And don't forget to bring your credit card. You're going to need money. You're going to have something. Some credit cards do have a foreign transaction fee. So whether you're in the Bahamas or over in Europe or in Asia, you will pay an additional fee if you use some credit cards. So before you go, contact your credit card company, see if you have a foreign transaction fee. Use ones that don't if you can, or apply for one that doesn't. But also you want to have a little bit of local cash because not everybody takes credit cards. And especially if you're doing some of like the small markets, like the straw markets or something like that, they really don't take credit cards. So you're going to need some cash. The next thing you're going to fear for my life over here. The next thing you need to know is packing for all weather. No matter where you go, you want to make sure you have protection. And 7 years bad luck. What is the punishment for opening an umbrella in the house? We don't know. But yeah, if you go on a cruise, if you're going to Disney World, if you're going anywhere, you're going to want to take stuff that's going to protect you from the elements, whether that's sunscreen, whether it's a bathing suit with a cover up, or whether it's raincoats, ponchos.
See how cool these are? They're not cheap plastic. They only cost us like $1 or $2. We've been carrying them around for years and we never open them.
Never open them. They may still be sealed. They are a little cheap plastic, but it's easy to carry. They're easy to pack. They're tiny, they're small, and you're going to need it. The other thing you're going to want to pack, even if you're going to Florida, a light jacket or a cardigan sweater so that you have it if you go out to a restaurant or something and you need that. Even in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, wherever you are, tropical or not, you're going to want to have something, a long sleeve shirt, something just a little light that will give you some warmth, especially on a cruise if you're walking out on the deck. The other thing, hats and sunglasses. Don't, especially when you don't have all the hair that God gave you earlier as a young man. Make sure you have a hat so that
if you're like
protected.
me, you want to protect it.
Yes. So don't forget all of the items that will keep you and your family safe.
Anna, I'm going to Alaska, so I just need to bring what?
Everything. The whole closet. Alaska weather is super unpredictable, and depending on when you're going, early in the season, May, late in the season, September, you might encounter weather of every imaginable season. I don't even know how to say it. You might find yourself needing your winter coat and your gloves one day and a short sleeve shirt, maybe even your bathing suit another day.
Or the same day.
Or the same day. So
the sun never goes down.
Yeah, definitely going someplace like Alaska, make sure you bring layers, make sure you bring a lot of stuff that's flexible that you can use in multiple climates.
Anna, we just got a letter from a viewer that says, my wife has the same pair of black shoes she wears for everything. How do you answer that?
Yes, she does, because they're comfortable. Yeah, when you're packing shoes, especially if you're going somewhere like Alaska or if you're doing a Grand Canyon vacation, Grand Canyon, you could be 90 degrees in the middle of the day and 30 degrees in the evening. So you want to make sure that you have some kind of warm shoes or warm boots. Plus, you're going to want sandals for when you're going to the pool or a pair of flip-flops or something. So always make sure you have the appropriate footwear.
Anna, how many formal nights on this cruise coming up?
Too many formal nights. Nobody wants to pack Spanx, but you might have to. Depending on your cruise line, there may be a formal night. Now, what does that mean? And what do you have to pack? So formal night is not on most cruise lines what it was back in the day. You don't have to have a tuxedo. You don't have to have an evening gown. This is not true of all cruise lines, but for most of them. But if you are on a cruise line like Princess or Celebrity where they have a formal night, you want to bring something you would wear to a cocktail party, whether that's slacks and a really dressy blouse or a nice cocktail dress or a jacket and tie, or at the very least a collared shirt and a jacket. Those will carry you through most formal nights on most cruise lines.
I dress to impress. I just stand next to her.
You're also going to need casual clothes because during the day, you might be on an excursion, you might be touring the ship, you might be just sitting by the pool. So don't forget to pack comfortable, casual clothes. Now, if you're going on an excursion, dress for that excursion, and you're going to know in advance what that is. If you're going to be sitting on a tour bus, going to a winery, you can wear a sundress, you could be comfortable, little sweater, whatever. But if you're going to do something like a hike or biking or kayaking, wear the appropriate clothes. So pack what you need from home.
Jim's packing advice, layers.
Layers are never a bad idea. Even if you're going somewhere tropical like the Caribbean, you may still want to bring something like a tank top or a sundress and then something to put on top of that, even if it's just a short sleeve cardigan, so you have a little protection not only from the sun, but also from the draft sitting in an air-conditioned restaurant.
This episode is brought to you by the Committee to Stop Jim from Wearing Speedos.
Yes, it is. But you are going to want to pack for fun and recreation. Now, almost across the board, no matter where you go, you will have access to things like beach towels. So don't worry about having to pack beach towels. Whether you're at a swimming pool at Walt Disney World or a swimming pool on board a ship in the middle of the ocean, there are going to be beach towels. So don't worry about that. They take up too much room. Also, a lot of places you're going to have a bathrobe. So if you're somebody that just likes to sit out on your balcony or walk down to the pool in a bathrobe, there are a lot of places where you will have a bathrobe. And if you don't, just get a thin one that you can take with you getting in and out of the shower. But you're going to need things like sunscreen, flip-flops, waterproof phone pouches, something that you can hang around your neck to keep your documents in and waterproof if you're doing something like snorkeling or swimming. You have downtime. Bring your Kindle, bring a book, bring playing cards. We even carry a chess game with us. Why? I don't know, because I don't know how to play chess, but he's ever optimistic that I may learn on a cruise. Bring stuff that you can entertain yourself when there is downtime. Are you a fitness person? You're going to think I know nothing about giving you advice on this, but I'm all about the fitness advice. Bring a reusable water bottle that you can take to the gym with you. Bring your gym clothes, your shorts, your, the stuff that you wear when you
I
go to the
always
gym.
pack my gym clothes.
That's the worst dad joke of all time. But yeah, bring your sneakers, bring your good workout socks or whatever. You do need workout socks, right? Bring your workout socks. Bring your workout clothes. That's the stuff that you're going to need.
Anna, we have a live viewer who's currently at a department store and sees two different bottles of sunscreen. One is 99 cents for a gallon, and the other one is $99 for an ounce. They want to know why.
Okay, so you're never going to find sunscreen that cheap, you know that. But keep an eye on where you are going, because some places require you to have reef-safe sunscreen. I had to say that slow because I was going to mess it up. The reef-safe sunscreen is always going to be more expensive. Are they going to come around and check your reef-safe sunscreen bottles? They might. Probably not, but they might.
But you're better people than that. You watch Anna's channel.
Yeah, so if your destination requires reef-safe sunscreen, make sure that's the sunscreen you have.
Anna, when I learned to pack in the U.S. military, they gave me a sea bag and said, throw everything in it. Is that better than cubes, or is cubes better than throwing everything in? What's your opinion?
I think packing cubes can be a great organizing tool.
Anna, one of our live viewers just sent this question in. They want to know exactly a number, how many packing cubes you own today.
I don't own any. I'm not organized enough. But no, seriously, first of all, if your trip has several legs, and this is something that I learned from my friend Jody, if you're going to be staying overnight the night before your cruise and then you have clothes for the cruise, put your overnight clothes in a packing cube. If you're packing for multiple people in the same suitcase, your kids, your husband, everybody is in one bag. Use packing cubes for each individual person so that when you get to your destination and you need to pull clothes out for everybody has a cube with their stuff in it. Packing cubes are an excellent way to be organized. I'm not an organized human being. I will tell you that admittedly. Could I store them in my suitcase? Yeah, but you know where my suitcases are right now? On my laundry room floor from my last trip. We're just not good organized people. Packing cubes are the perfect solution if you want to keep things neat and organized.
Anna, the U.S. Navy taught me to fold my clothes thin, thick, thick, thin. What do you think?
I think that sounds like the Project Runway model lineup. I don't know what that means. Go ahead and tell us.
So when you fold your clothes, you want to fold them in a certain way to maximize space and efficiency, and then be consistent. I think that's the most important thing about folding your clothes.
You don't just roll them in a ball and throw them in a shopping bag, Jim.
Ma'am, that's how I bring my clothes home.
No, everywhere. That's how we pack. We go with a shopping bag of his stuff in the back of my car, and then it has to be shoved in bags as we get there. Don't take packing tips from this man. I'm just gonna tell
I
you
think
that.
actually that's a really good point, Anna. All these packing tips, are we talking about just flying and cruising or driving? Because is it much easier if you're driving? You just
I mean, it is much easier for you because you're a last minute packer and you don't pack organized. Of all of us that are not organized, he is the least organized. He waits till the last minute. He's just throwing crap in a bag. And if we're driving somewhere, he may not even throw it in a bag. I may just find deodorant rolling around the back seat of my car 3 months later because he never put it in a bag. And then we get there and he can't find it because it rolled off the seat.
That sounds like a reason to take a family road trip in a family road cruiser.
No, but let's talk about ways that are actually going to help you. So Jim taught me roll, don't fold. And that is a more efficient way to save space. Instead of folding everything, especially your bulky stuff, if you roll it, it definitely helps, first of all, reduce wrinkles, and it helps you to save space. The other thing you want to know when you're packing, especially for a longer trip, you got to pack mix and match. You can't pack different outfits for every single day. Bring one pair of pants and 2 or 3 different tops. Bring one pair of shorts and 2 or 3 different tops. Bring stuff that kind of goes together. Maybe you can wear shorts and a top during the day and use that same top with a skirt or a pair of slacks for dinner on another night. Use stuff that you will be able to get multiple uses out of. So that will eliminate having to pack an outfit for breakfast, an outfit for lunch, an outfit for dinner, your bathing suit. Just pack outfits that are mix and match, and you can get a much longer way out of one piece of clothing. Also, the thing to know is your carry-on has to have certain things in it. If there's medication that you're going to need, definitely don't pack it in your checked bag. Pack it in your carry-on in case your stuff gets lost or delayed, or you need the medicine when your stuff is in the belly of an airplane. If you need a phone charger, you're going to need a phone charger. Have that in your carry-on bag and handy. Toiletries. Use a little, we still have to go by the rules about the 3 ounces in the one bag and all the other stuff, but definitely bring a couple of emergency toiletries in case you do get delayed, you hit traffic, you don't get to unpack your stuff when you get to a hotel. Bring travel-sized toiletries.
Time for some really deep travel wisdom here. Anna forgot this one. Most important thing you have to pack in your carry-on bag, another pair of underwear.
Oh my God.
You don't want to be those people who are living for a week out of the cruise ship gift shop.
I will just tell you right up front, there is a lot of stuff you can purchase on a cruise ship. Drawers is not one of them. You will not find underwear. And if your luggage goes missing or it doesn't get to you in time, you don't want to wear the same pair of underwear every single day for your 15-night transatlantic cruise. Can you get off the ship at some point and run to Walmart or Target? Probably, but have an extra pair in your carry-on bag just in case.
At this point, I could put in this video at least 5 other times a little pop-up of one of us going, fly in the day before. Because a lot of these emergencies, you'll have a few hours if you fly in the day before. You fly in the day of, even if your luggage is going to arrive 3 hours later, your ship is gone and you don't have that stuff. It's just...
Yeah, it's definitely a pitch for, you don't know what's going to happen. If your luggage gets lost, if, God forbid, and I'm not going to say this has happened to us, but this happens to people. You stop at a rest area. You stop at a rest area, because this is not cruising or flying. You stop at a rest area and you need something that is packed so far deep in the cavern of your trunk that you're pulling stuff out of the trunk and you're putting it on the ground or you're putting it on the roof of the car. And then when you pack the other stuff back, you forget something. So this is a relevant information no matter how you're traveling or where you're going. You may lose a bag.
Bring it on in, family. Ann and I have driven across America multiple times. And we will tell you, one of the most important tips that we've kind of talked about here, plan out those little smaller day bags, because you know what they become? They become night two's laundry bag.
Absolutely. This is another situation where we're going to recommend you bring cubes, or if you don't want
you don't own them.
I don't own them, but you need them. And even if you don't want to bring packing cubes, get the big Ziploc bags. You can put an outfit in these Ziploc bags or in your packing cubes, and you will have them for your multiple stops. If you're doing a cross-country trip, you might be stopping every night for 2 weeks in a row. You don't want to have to lug in the whole suitcase. Just bring a carry-on bag that has all your toiletries and overnight essentials, and then your packing cube or your Ziploc bag with your clothes for the next day. And then whatever you've taken off and whatever has to go into the laundry, put it right back in the packing cube or in your Ziploc bag.
Bring it on in a second, family. We got to tell you something. Ann and I have traveled across country. We're going to give you one more tip. count the stuff before you leave that motel and get back on the road. Because you planned on those socks and stuff.
Including your children. You want to count your children. Make sure you have everything. So you may have packed perfectly when you left, and you have just the right amount of socks and underwear to get you from point A to point B. But now you've stayed overnight somewhere and a kid has gone to bed with their socks on, and then you wake up the next morning and you go and you get to your destination and you're going to throw some clothes in the wash, and you're folding and sorting and doing all the stuff, and now you don't have enough socks to get home because someone in the middle of the night has taken them off and left them under the sheets and the blankets in the bed. Just make sure before you leave the hotel room that you're staying in, everything is accounted for, all your pieces and parts are all counted, and your children are in the back seat of your car.
Yeah, we don't just mean a big expensive computer or someone's iPad. You know, it's especially on longer
because
trips.
that has happened.
Yeah, no,
has
hey,
happened.
that has actually happened to this family.
That has happened. We were so good on Disney Cruise Line at storing our stuff so that our stateroom stayed nice and neat and our stateroom attendant didn't come in and have a mess to clean up. But we were so good at storing stuff that we totally forgot we stored iPads and tablets in the trunk in the stateroom, and then Disney stopped using the trunks.
To commemorate that moment, we actually went to Disney and bought one. It's what this camera is sitting on top of.
I do have one of the trunks that we lost our stuff in. But yeah, if you've put something in the safe, don't forget to empty your safe. If you put something on a table or in the bathroom or in a little cubby hole or in the refrigerator, don't forget to check everything and make sure when you're getting back in your car, you've packed everything.
If you've seen Anna's room tour videos, you know that there's this point in time where she'll go over the bed with the camera and go, oh my God, there's storage up here. Yeah,
Totally forget.
That's where
Totally
stuff
forget.
gets hidden and you forget about it a week or two later.
Yeah, don't forget to check, open everything, close everything, double check it. I do not have OCD, but it is so important for you to double check every area. Even if your husband has said, I've checked it all, just go behind him and double check again.
It's going to make the next day of that road trip a lot smoother, people. All right, Anna, you've given us all the positive things to do. What are the things that we shouldn't do?
There are a lot of them.
Do you want to borrow my lawyer jacket?
I don't need to borrow your lawyer jacket. There are some things that you should never bring when you're going on vacation. Expensive jewelry. Just go get some knockoff costume jewelry. Don't bring your good stuff, because even if you've put stuff in a safe, I have heard stories where someone has been able to break into your safe. So don't take anything that you are going to be heartbroken if you lose. The other thing that you should do, especially if you're going on a cruise ship or getting on an airplane, check the list of prohibited items. You can't bring things that you might normally expect to be able to pack, like a steamer on a cruise ship to steam your clothes. You can't have it. Some things that you can't have on airplanes, like batteries, certain kinds of batteries and stuff. Make sure you've gone over the prohibited items list so that you know you're fitting in with everybody's rules and regulations, and you don't have the walk of shame at the end of your cruise going to the table of forbidden items to collect the stuff that they've confiscated.
If you've been to an airport and you've seen somebody having all of their personal possessions splayed out on the floor in front of you, let us know in the comments, because it's just one of those things that a few minutes of planning would have prevented that embarrassing moment.
Yeah. The other thing is watch your bulky items. You do not need 10 pairs of shoes. If you are going to be on a cruise or you're going to be
I'm sorry, who just said that?
I did. I have literally 2 pairs of shoes. Do I have 10 pairs of each shoe? Yes, I do. But they are 2 pairs of identical shoes. I can take them everywhere. One I use for getting dressed up, one I use for going to the pool or for casual stuff. It is the same exact shoe. I own 10 pairs of each of them because I love them and they're comfortable, but also they pack super flat. So don't bring an outfit and shoes to match for every single night. Just bring a neutral color pair of shoes that will go with every outfit.
Unless you're going to Alaska, then you need your Alaska shoes.
Bring a pair of hiking boots.
They're well worth it in Alaska.
Obviously, you're going to need a pair of hiking boots if you're going to do that kind of vacation. You're going to go, out to Yosemite or whatever, and you're going to do some hiking. But you don't need 5 pairs of the hiking boots. Just bring 1 pair. Don't overpack and have more stuff that you can lose, more stuff that you're not going to be able to fit in, so you need an extra bag or a small side bag. Just don't pack bulky stuff.
All right, Anna, we booked our trip on President's Day weekend. We're saving a ton of money. The airport says 50-pound limit on my checked baggage. Do I weigh the clothes or do I weigh the clothes in the bag?
You gotta weigh the bag. So now we've given you all our best tips for packing and what to pack and what not to pack. But here's the thing, you still have to fit within your airline's weight restrictions. And they're not all 50 pounds. There are a lot of them that are now 40 pounds. Your suitcase is counted in that 40 pounds because they're not gonna have you take all your crap out of your bag when you get to the airport and put it separately on the scale. You're gonna put your suitcase on the scale. There are some suitcases that are 10 or 12 pounds. That comes off the top. When you pack that bag, you still have to limit yourself to 40 or 50 pounds all together. So take lighter weight bags. You still want them to be sturdy. You still want them to be stuff that you're going to have in good shape when you get to your destination.
And come back home.
But don't forget, the heavier your bag is, the less you can pack into it. Packing smart means you're gonna have less stress and more fun, especially if you're looking to take advantage of holiday sales on cruises or resorts or things like that. Hit me up, leave a message in the comments, or send an email to anna@wavesofwandering.com. I can help you book a President's Weekend sale vacation. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button so that you will be notified as soon as we post great information like this. And if you're looking for something to listen to while you're driving your car, folding your laundry, bathing your children, check out the Wander and Chat podcast. You will find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and now on YouTube.
And if you're looking to do a military reunion for your group, hit us up. You'll probably just wear jeans and some t-shirts. Easy packing, but you're going to have a lot of fun.